After being closed for a year and a half due to the pandemic, PCC at last reopened its doors to students this fall. Now, as the semester comes to a close, students reflect on how they navigated the confusing experience of being back on campus.
A little different. I was on the campus before, but not as a student, and it was very packed. There were more people, more buzz.
With no food to serve, PCC's student cafeteria, also known as a piazza, has transitioned into a makeshift study space.
Being able to directly communicate with the teacher is one thing. A lot of times online classes, you'll have to wait for an email response or getting them within their like tutoring hours,
Right.
and that's something that's making it a little difficult.
Well, my college class, it's online. So communicating with my college professor online, it's a bit more difficult, I would say.
Though some centers that offer resources to students, such as the counseling office, have seen dips in use of in-person services. Some students say they rely on social interaction as well as encouragement from family for motivation during this tough time.
Start doing more stuff at home and also started looking for a job. I used to have a job, but since COVID started, I stopped doing that. But my dad, he pushed me around and he wanted me to do something to actually do something instead of sitting at home and doing nothing. So out of his pressure, I was looking for a job, and when I landed one, I found myself doing more and more, and I got to socialize with more people, and that kind of got me motivated to continue with going to school. Yeah.
Harder for me. It's harder for me to talk to people through online. So in person helps to get to know new people.
It was tough. It was tough because just online classes just weren't for me. I was really struggling. Also, in school, but financially, so I had to start working. So due to the pandemic.
Still, most athletes are simply happy to be back. Now conference champs, the football team has been able to establish a brotherhood that is impossible to make from home.
There are certain restrictions, but it really just feels good to be back. Last year we had nothing at all. Nothing was open, so I'm just grateful that, we're here, we're able to get in the weight room, we're able to practice every day. We got our masks on in the weight room, but it doesn't really affect anything.
Prominent student leaders, such as members of the Associated Students Executive Board, say they are grateful to be able to host events where they can connect with students face to face.
Welcome Week, that actually Marcus was the one that organized it. I saw a lot of events, seeing a lot of people come together finally, and I actually got to talk to a lot of students in person, which I haven't been able to do for a long time.
I mean, I definitely like having the library back open or going to the piazza to be able to study because at home, I'm lucky enough to have a space where I'm comfortable and safe enough to do my work and schoolwork. However, not every student is in my situation. Some students don't even have a house to go to. So I think it's really great that.
Yeah, so this is my second year in Associated Students. And in my first year, the committee that I was in with the Supreme Council, we didn't really get to know each other until the second half of the semester. So that was really good, but right now I'm the chair of the Interclub Council, so I'm interacting a lot with clubs, and we're having to host events in person to attract students. So being in person, really, we can catch a student just on their way to class instead of just trying to beg them to come to an online event. So we definitely get a lot more student interaction and student life because it's in person.